Hi everyone, in today's video I am taking on this tumbler. I want to customize it with a bunch of stickers, and it is not a real Stanley, it's a Stanley dupe. I had gotten this for super cheap off Temu. I actually want to remove this handle just so I can even get stickers behind here and behind the handle, and I'm just kind of curious on how it's held together because as you can see there are screws holding it. Take off that so it doesn't clink around. That's what the inside of the cup looks like. But I have never owned a Stanley, and honestly I've seen Stanleys in stores before, but I've never had even the curiosity of picking one up. So I low-key wonder if they also have the screws, or is this just a dupe thing? I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. Like, I guess I was expecting either there to be some sort of, I guess it wouldn't be a hole. I don't know why I thought there'd be some sort of hole, but I also didn't know if like the handle went into the cup or if the cup went into the handle. Hopefully I don't lose the screws, but all right, we still got them. And look, see, this one's already kind of broken. So I guess with it being cheap, I'm gonna actually reinforce that and put some glue there, because I wouldn't be surprised when I screw it back into it that the bottom handle ends up breaking, because I guess when they did the hole, this one's fine, it just goes straight through, but when they did the hole, they did it on an angle for that one. Interesting. Look at us learning. Well, that's even better that there's not like a big hole or anything, because I could easily fill in that gap, and then I have this much play area to just block the sticker into it after sealing it with Mod Podge. Okay, getting my head of myself. Anyway, so I'm gonna go over this whole area with rubbing alcohol, just so I can make sure that the stickers super stick to it. I still have to figure out my layout, and I want to show you all the stickers that I chose. Will all of them go on it? Absolutely not. Some of them are going to go on a Nintendo case, which I plan on customizing. I'm just going to see how this turns out, and I don't really care if anything gets ruined since it was an inexpensive cup. That should be good, and that's just if there was any sort of sheen to it or anything like that. I don't know, I just feel like going over anything with rubbing alcohol just helps the adhesive stick better. First things first, I want to kind of mark the middle center of the cup, like up front and center, because that's where I want my hello little character to go. So I probably just do a pencil dot in the exact center, and I kind of want to trace where he falls, so that way when I'm placing the stickers strategically around him, only part of them get covered up, and then I can know what part will get covered up by him. I hope that all makes sense. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, this is 4 inches in between the 2 handles, so 2, since it's going to be covered up in stickers anyway. Let me get a marker, I guess. This will be the center of the cup, and then to get to the front, I'm just going to place my measuring tape around the cup, which brings us to about 12.5 inches. So picture at 6 1/4 is where I want to mark it off in the front. So that technically, I don't know if you guys can see the dot, that technically should be the up front and center. I put the outline sticker on it. I'm going to trace it with a red Sharpie just so it's really prominent on the cup. I like the placement of it. I'm happy with it. Okay, so this is just for a general idea, again, just to reiterate, of where I want all the other stickers to be. Normally, I would suggest only using pencil. However, I'm just too lazy and I didn't want to get up. Too lazy. All right, so that's where our worm guy's gonna be. I'm literally just thinking I'm gonna wing this, and whatever will be, will be. It's so hard to think of where all the placements will go. So I have Lizzie McGuire, English Bulldogs, this random gaming sticker that I really like, that controller, Adventure Time, 90s cartoons, oops, Alice in Wonderland, Wally, Haunted Mansion, Gravity Falls, Lisa Frank, Bob's Burgers, Coraline, and a Beetlejuice. Nightmare Before Christmas, rotate. I'm gonna time lapse this so I don't put all my thoughts out there, because that would be a lot of talking. So let me time lapse this, we'll see how it goes, and then we'll meet back up. Side note too, so it's inevitable that any of the stickers that come down here are going to bend. So I might go through and do an even cut across, but we'll see. So this is the update of the cup. I went ahead and did the bottom. What I've been doing is I've been inserting filler stickers. It's definitely not perfect, but it's perfect enough for me. I'm happy with it. I like it. I wish I could fill in this spot, but it's not in the cards for me because the stickers tend to just get creased and stuff. When you put the handle on, it actually works out. It kind of like brings it all together. So I'm okay with that. So see how this is not like even, it's kind of all over the place where these are straight lines. I just kind of eye it too. I don't really do anything too precise. Just to give you guys an idea of what I was doing, I put blue tape around it and I just eyed it. I mean, if it's even enough for me, that's all that matters. And then really slowly, I would follow the blue tape with the razor. And then I peel back the blue tape, so let's just see how everything is looking. And then separate that from the cup. So that's the idea of it. It just makes a cleaner look to the bottom of it. I'm pretty happy. So the next step would be figuring out, do I want to try to do resin? That's gonna be pretty ballsy of me. I would like it because I know it's more finished look. Resin or Mod Podge? Resin or Mod Podge? It's pretty late tonight, so let me put this aside. Yeah, I'll decide by tomorrow. I'll sleep on it. But here is the progress of my little custom tumbler so far. I hope you guys like it. After thinking about it overnight, I decided I'm gonna go with resin because who cares? Who cares if it gets messed up? I'm the one drinking out of it. I think it will give it a more finished look. And preferably you would have a foam insert and you would have a little stick that goes in there, and then after you put the resin on, it would just continuously spin as the UV lights hit it so that way it can cure. However, I have none of that. So I'm going to rig something up. I have some of this styrofoam sheet. Basically, I'm gonna shove a bunch of it in the middle of this cup. Then I'm gonna take this garden light. Luckily, I've never used it, but it's a stake that goes to a garden light. And I'm gonna shove it in there so that way I have my own turning stick. Thus, I will manually spin it under the two UV lights I have that normally they sit really low, but I just made them their own little platform. So this will be, not crazy, let's just call it dedication, if you will. So first things first, we're gonna put on resin. I won't be filming the UV part of it just because I'm gonna be down a hand anyway. So I'll probably use my other hand to play on my phone just to keep me entertained while I sit there for, I don't know, hopefully only 30 minutes, hopefully not an hour. But if I ever need a break, I'll just put my cup like this and go like walk away or do whatever. YOLO. Here's my finished tumbler. I am thoroughly happy with it. I think not bad for my first custom made tumbler, especially using resin. That is crazy that I did that, but I'm sure anybody who uses resin was cringing at my method of UV lights and how to spread it and all that jazz, but not having any of the professional stuff, you just gotta make do with what you got, But this shall be my new drinking cup. It is cured, it is ready to be used. Let me know what you guys think of it. Do you love it? Is it just okay? Criticism is welcomed. But all right, guys, well, thanks for hanging out with me today. If you want, feel free to like and subscribe. And until next time, bye, friends.